Hello everybody and welcome back. So we are here on this map, we are in Poland and we're about to buy a forest because we have quite a bit of money and we're about to sell a field as well. So we have field number 18 which we've harvested. We've basically bought the field, harvested the crop, sold the crop and sold the field for exactly the same amount that we paid for it. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, so we're actually going to take a look at all the different forests around and quite a few of them are quite big. This one here does merge into two. But it's probably just not worth getting one of that size because realistically we're never going to be able to cut down all those trees in one episode. There are some very nice little forests, like just here, little forest. So we could definitely go for one of these. This is a good one just here. So I'm just going to have a bit of a pan around and see which one is going to be the most appropriate for this Let's Play. Right, well I think I have chosen this one just here. Interestingly, if you buy field number 82, you get a free field, 76. Buy one, get one free. It's not even nearby, so that's interesting. Anyway, yes, £58,000, let's buy that, and we're going to head up there. We haven't actually been to this part of the map before, so it's going to be quite interesting to see this different area. I never actually did do a map tour, so yeah, I look forward to seeing the other side of the map, the place which I've never been to. So we're taking this tractor with the double trailer. The reason why is because we're going to do some wood chips, and you're probably thinking when I say that, why are you going to do wood chips when there's no money in it? Well, basically, because I am tired of there being no money in wood chips, and you know, it's not like that you have to do a lot of work to make the money, you actually have to do a stupid amount of work to make the money. I have adjusted the price. So you actually do get a fairly decent amount of money now for wood chips. If we just take a look in here, we should see, assuming I've done this correctly, yes, the price has increased. So it's £646, before it was about 150, £200 for every 1,000 litres. So this is actually going to bring more of a meaning to doing this job. Anyway, what we're going to do when we've got to the forest is create a clearing. We're going to place a massive wood chipper. It's a placeable. And then we're going to start feeding logs into it using a John Deere machine. Forestry harvester. Tree harvester. Now, yeah, there's a lot of news in the world, obviously, at the moment about coronavirus and stuff. So I get people saying stuff like, are you gonna discuss coronavirus in your videos? And I think, although it's obviously a very important topic, I'm just going to keep it out of these videos. I know how serious it is, and I really do feel sorry for anybody who has it or has, you know, lost somebody because of it. But I'm going to try and keep these videos as cheerful as possible. So yeah, although it is an absolutely terrible situation, I just don't feel that I want to discuss it in these videos. Hopefully you can understand that. So yeah, we're at the top of the map here, and the boundary is so discreet that I completely missed it. This seems to be a sell point for potatoes and different root crops, sugar beet and stuff. Looks like a really good area. Anyway, yeah, the place we're actually heading for, as I've already shown you, is just over here. So we'll just take this road, and we should come across the forest which we've bought very soon. As for the machinery which we're going to get, it will all be leased. Okay, well here we are. This is the forest which we've just bought, and there is actually a really good piece of grassland just next to it. The problem is, I don't own it, and that would be the perfect place to place a chipper. So I might buy that as well. Now, as you can see, we've got quite a mixture of trees here. It's all very pretty, but we're only really going to be going for the Scots pine. We can only really cut down the Scots pines. We probably could cut down... Now, I'm not saying these wouldn't chip, it's just I think they would be a little bit more awkward. Yeah, I think we'll just go for the nice straight pine trees. So I'm going to buy this field. It's not too expensive. And you can see the ones we're going to sort of pick out of here. And we'll chip them, and, well, probably just fill up the two trailers. I have no idea how long that would take. Right, so I've bought the field, and we're now going to lease the John Deere 1170G. Can we choose tracks? Yeah, I think we'll go for that. Something like that. Actually, it's quite unusual, I think, to have the chains on individual wheels. So we'll go for that just to see how interesting it is. And we then have the chipper, which obviously I can't get it just yet. We're going to have to place that, so we're going to have to do a bit of ground levelling. Actually, maybe it's worth doing that now, just so I know exactly where to put it. Where should we put it? If I extend the tool, make it much larger, and I increase the strength, we will just simply create a nice level pad, essentially. We'll probably do a bit of terrain painting as well. And that should, with a bit of luck, be level enough. Is that level enough? It seems to be. Okay. So if we go into this category, it's going to be miscellaneous. Look at these. Not quite as big as I was expecting, actually. Should be fine. I hope that's going to work. Okay, so that chipper was £85,000. It does have a resale value, and no, I did not level it correctly, but it seems to be fine. The reason why I chose this is because it has the massive load area, and I find that these chippers in this game are not very good purely because of the load area. It's always too small. So we're going to see how this is. This is actually available on ModHub, so it is the Gens HE561 if you're interested. I'm just setting things up here. So we're going to put the very nice John Deere forestry machine on there. Now everything except for the trailer and the lorry itself, the tractor unit, is a mod. It's all modded from ModHub. So you can download all of these if you'd like to. And actually I've never really put one of these on one of these low loaders before, so I don't know the best way around it should be. I think maybe the other way. Yeah, it seems like there's going to be a bit more space if I put it on this way. Just as long as I can pick it up again. Let's just make sure we can. Then we have a nice journey over there. Now I didn't need to put it on a trailer, but really I did need to put it on a trailer because otherwise it would have been way too slow. It's a big machine. Oh, I love that because it's so used to driving over this uneven terrain. We can sort of do that with it. It's great. And that allows me to pick it up nice and easily. Okay, well, it probably should be a bit lower, but there's not too many low bridges, I don't think. For the first time, we're actually going to turn right. We always turn left. Always. This is definitely different. Let's just see here. Yes, we need to go left. We'll put some beacons on. Hey, it looks good. Looks very good. The map as well. Okay, well I thought I'd stick with the autumnal theme, with the orange lorry. Everything else is orange. And the trees which aren't orange are green, so I've gone for a green forestry machine. Now I don't know how effective this is going to be. Is that my forest over there? It is. I almost missed my own forest. That would be something. Right, so we'll get it unloaded and then we'll start cutting up some trees, but I'm hoping to cut them directly into the chipper. I don't think that will work, so we'll most likely be loading it with a telehandler. But it's worth a try. It's always worth a try. Come on, you mighty machine, I've put some expensive tyres on you. Yes, look at that. Okay, so here we are in the clearing. The clearing of the grass field. I'll put the trailer completely out of the way so that we're not going to be getting stuck on it with the trees. There we go, nothing like on the move dropping off. And then we floor it. Okay, let me just turn off that mini HUD. There we go. Right, well, here we are. I have a very expensive high horsepower forestry machine and I have a forest. What could possibly go wrong? So I've set the cut length to the maximum and we have some trees here. Switch it on. Okay. What did that say? The tree is too thick. Wow, that must be a very thick tree. I thought this was a big machine. This is more like it. Okay. So, that is our first tree. Let's just see if we can somehow manoeuvre it over here. If I can get the machine square with this, then it's going to work effectively. I would imagine you have to turn it on though. Must be some way of turning it on. Why is he not lifting up? Ah, you might have to change control. Nope. Okay, that's weird. Well, before we get too involved with that, let's just enter this machine. Switch it on. We need to put a trailer underneath. Switch on crusher. There we go. So that's working nice and effectively. Yeah, I'll come back to you in a minute. I don't know why it's not lifting up. I did just control it, because that's how I cut the tree. But since it's cut the tree, it would appear it does not want to work, but we'll hopefully get around that issue in a minute. Yeah, we should definitely try and create some kind of bridge here. I bought both the trailers just in case. Hopefully both of them will fit underneath the conveyor. I think they will do. Yes, they will. Very nice. Okay, well that should be fine just there. And actually, we're in a good position for a good screenshot. Right, so it is working now, luckily. For whatever reason, it wasn't working before. So, let's just make sure that is as square as it can be. It doesn't like me rotating it when it's in midair. Understandably, it is a complete tree. Okay. It should go straight into it. Look at that. I have achieved something. Wow. I can't believe my first attempt has actually worked. Well, it's not processing it, but I'm probably just a little bit off. Let's just see. Ah, yes, I am. I'm way too far off. But at least it's on the platform. It's on here. So if that was actually on there, would it feed it? Will you feed it? Please feed. Please eat. Eat. Come on. Yes, there we go. So it looks like it has to be dead on, right in the middle. It's processing very nicely. It's a good job we don't have health and safety in this game. Standing on the conveyor belt for feeding the wood chipper. Seems like a risky thing to be doing. Anyway, yes, that is good. And we actually know that this is going to be worth decent money too. Right, well that is that tree. There is a piece on the ground which I'll pick up in a minute, but we need to go and get another tree. And luckily, they are very nearby. It's like the perfect situation, the perfect setup for forestry. Yeah, I'm surprised the other tree was a bit too thick. I would imagine if I was just to lift it up a bit, lift the boom up, it would be thinner. So, yeah. Right, so let's just try and rotate this a bit more if we can do. Right. So again, it's not dead over, but close enough? No, I think it's dropped it. It has dropped it. So yeah, forestry in this game, it has its downsides. It's not always smooth, but it's fun. It is different. It's definitely something to break things up a bit. Okay, I'm not going to cut many things with a moisture tester. Or a crop analyzer. And that should almost work. Let me just switch off that. If you have the HUD hider thing on, it's going to remove the hand, so you can't really see what you're picking up. I think the key really is just to not overload this thing. There we go. It's a good chunky one. Processing. And then this massive spindly thing is going as well. Very nice. So in a second, I'm actually going to put it on a time-lapse just to see how much we can process. We'll also take a look and see how much of the trailer we've filled. We'll just get rid of everything here to begin with. This really is not much here. Come on, keep eating. There's nothing like force feeding a chipper. Ah yes, that's working well. Me being here might be stopping it, but we should see everything process. Nice. Okay. So that is 2 complete trees, completely shredded. 40%. So it looks like we are really looking at, how many is that going to be? 5 5 trees for that one, for that trailer. I'm not too sure what the capacity difference is, but I would imagine 3 trees for that one? Probably. Right, okay, well, I will speak to you in a second. Hopefully things go well. I have no idea how things are going to go, but we're about to find out. Okay, well, that is everything cut, as you can see. My beacons have got some crazy development lines. Let's just switch those off. As funny as it looks, let's just, yeah, calm the lorry down a bit. That's atmospheric. Now, as I've said, these need to be tidied up. I couldn't really get them to go in properly, so I just dumped them here. So what I have done, as a solution, is I have leased one of these, and we already own the truck, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the ramps down, as you can see, and nope, don't want to be back in there, I want to be in here. We're going to put the grapple on. It's a very nice grapple. It is the base game grapple, but it is painted red. You can customise that in the standard base game, and I suppose, should we reverse it up? It's pretty heavy actually. So quite important that I go up straight. There we go. Okay, so that is a perfect example of where this truck is incredibly useful. Very useful. How unstable is it? Seems to be quite stable. If I just do a very sharp right turn. Yep, it's good. Brilliant, because the top speed of this thing is like 15 miles per hour, if that, maybe 13 miles per hour, whereas the truck is 75. Somewhere here, I don't want to overshoot. Yes, here we are. Nope. Next one? Yep, next one. Here we are. Yeah, I think that's worked quite effectively. Just got to get into the field. There is a bridge there. Okay. So we'll use the skid steer to load the conveyor. So I think I'll unload it here. Jump into the skid steer. Again, we'll turn off the automatic HUD, the mini HUD, and we will very carefully remove ourselves from the truck. Okay, so we've got a nice grapple, very nice grapple. This is going to be a really good opportunity to sort of do a time-lapse, but we'll first of all just put a few on. I don't really use this grapple very much, I don't know how good it is. It looks good and everything. It also does come down to the operator, let's just see. I was going to try and get 3, but I think it's probably pushing it a bit. See here. 2's fine. 2 seems to be good. Nice and stable. Seems to work. Yeah, I just need to make sure that wood chipper can keep processing it. I don't know what it is, but in this game it always seems very difficult to have a good conveyor. They never really want to work. The only one which I'm aware of which has a really good bed is the Xylo chip by Black Sheep Modding in FS19. I'm not saying this one is a bad one. The actual model and everything, brilliant. The conveyor itself that goes up into the trailer, but just where the logs load, they never seem to move. I do like the extra long bed though, it's very good. I think now I've got the skid steer, I can just sort of assist it and it should be absolutely fine. But you're about to see for yourself. Well, that is working really well. So I don't know why it didn't work to begin with that well, but since I have been doing the time-lapse and since I've been processing these quickly, putting them in quickly and stuff, it's all been very effective. So I think that actually is a really good chipper. I think my initial impression of the conveyor belt itself was just the same as the base game one, but I think really, if you do load up the logs properly with a wheel loader or a telehandler, you put them in straight, nice and square, yeah, there does seem to be no problem, except I've just managed to get the logs stuck to the ground. That's the first time it's ever happened. Okay, there we go. Good, you can see it's taken it straight away. So I think really, just don't put it in there. Don't feed the logs with the Scorpion King or the John Deere, whatever you're using. The tree harvester. And this is the final piece, so that means that both those trailers are going to be full. It could actually be full now, which would be annoying, because we're so close. So close to completing. There we go. Oops. Oh no, it seems to be still going. Let's just check and see exactly how full it is. It does look full, so there can't be much. 99%. That's interesting. So really, this should be... I can't jump. For some reason, if I switch off the HUD after using it, then I can't jump. Come on. Load up. Okay, these two are stuck. There we go. Right, well. Let's just see if I can get it to complete it. Yeah, almost. It's going to go. It's going to go eventually. There we go. We're finished. It's done. So, how much money have we made? 2 completely full trailers with an adjusted price. So, 61,500 litres. Wow, that is a lot. Who will buy, with the exception of the sawmill, wood chips? Just the sawmill. Okay. That is fine, because the sawmill is actually incredibly close. Let's go and see how much money we can make. Yeah, before I thought that was just like a ditch, but actually there does seem to be some form of crossing. So we take the next turning left, which is going to be a bit of a sharp turn. As long as the rear trailer makes it round, seems to be doing. And then somewhere, oh, yeah, right hand side. I always get very concerned when I see a car heading towards me on the same side of the road. I'm so used to the UK, which is probably, to a lot of you, is obviously not those in the UK, probably think it's weird, it's all back to front, because so many countries drive on the other side, this side, but there's still a good handful which do drive on the left. Here we are. Is this the way in? Yeah, anybody from Japan, New Zealand? Did that literally just close on my trailer? That barrier closed on my trailer. As I was saying, anybody from those sort of countries, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, will know, Ireland, UK, that yeah, driving on the left is perfectly normal. That, I can't believe it. That barrier shut on my trailer and flipped my whole setup over. Why do these things happen to me? Ah, why? I could just say I've delivered it. Technically I have. Your order's here. Where? It's in the yard. Okay, well, we're back upright again. I couldn't have done it without the easy development mod. I managed to use super strength to pick it up again. I think any machine would have struggled to do this. Okay, where is the trigger? I'm going to have to hunt around, I think. Just a bit closer. So first up, we have the big trailer. We're going to do 2 separate payments here. It's going to be impressive, but we can't see the money. There we go. Obviously it's not going to be anything like selling a high value crop like soybeans, but it's going to be so much better than it used to be. Before, this trailer would have been worth about £18,000. Now it's worth 26. So that's definitely a step in the right direction. I can adjust the price again. I can keep going forever. But I thought I'd just do a sort of more realistic tweak so it wasn't ridiculous money. There's not much point in making £200,000 out of each trailer load, because that would be just crazy, but still fun. Anyway, there we go. 14,212. Not bad at all. Wood chips was actually worth it, except for renting the machinery. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.